everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video we are going to do some spring nail art featuring ombres and florals using the Kiki London gel polish collection. So for my base colour I'm going to be using a beautiful colour from their rubber colour bases. These are my go-tos for any kind of pinky nudes. Then we've got pistachio for our gorgeous green, canary yellow, peachy bum. I absolutely love this one. I've used this a lot lately over on the Kiki London channel. And then we have Perry Nice. So I'm going to start off by doing my first coat of a rubber colour base. Now if you're doing this on the natural nail, you would obviously go in and do all of your prep to begin with, but because we're working on display tips, I'm just going straight in with my first coat of this. And with the rubber colour bases, the first coat acts as your base coat and then the second coat acts as your colour coat. So we're going to cure each coat for 30 seconds. Now it has been a little while, I think since Christmas, since I've uploaded on my channel. I have continued to upload weekly over on the Kiki London channel, so some of my regular viewers might not have noticed the gap in content. But life just got a bit crazy busy after Christmas and just had so much going on. Perhaps I'll chat about it in a more chatty sort of blog style video that I would like to start doing. But I just wanted to apologise for the lack of content, and hopefully going forward from this video I can start uploading regular again here. So anyway, let me know in the comments how you are all doing. I do still talk to a lot of yous over on things like Instagram, but it's always nice to check in here. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below. I can't believe we're into spring. I feel as though this year has gone so quickly, but I am really loving spring for nails. So I picked out Peachy Bum because I really wanted to put this in an ombre, and when I do an ombre with the rubber colour bases, I tend to do them a little bit different to how I would do a gel polish base. So usually with a gel polish ombre, I ombre the base colour and the tip colour together whilst the colours are still wet. When I'm doing a rubber colour base ombre, I've obviously cured my base colour and then I just blend the colour into the tacky inhibition layer that's left behind from the rubber colour bases. I feel that this is really easy to do with a majority of colours because the rubber colour bases, after curing, they leave behind quite a sticky inhibition layer, and this just makes blending colours into them so easily. Now I said it works with a majority of colours. With some of the brighter, more pigmented colours like say a red or a black, this might not work as easy, but for these more pastel shades, as you can see, it works effortlessly. So I did still do it in 2 coats because I really want that peachy bum to pop at the tip of the nail, but I just go backwards and forwards, blending that colour into the tacky inhibition layer. Then I flip my brush around just to minimise those brush strokes. You can still see them there ever so slightly, but once you come in and top coat, you really can't notice them. Now for this particular set today, I wanted to go for a bit of an Easter and spring design. So over the top of this ombre, I'm going to come in with the eggshell top coat. Now as you can see, the eggshell top coat is a clear glossy top coat, but then it has these super cute black speckles in there. It's perfect for mini egg nails, which I did recently do over on the Kiki London channel, but we ended up finishing with a matte top coat. I left this glossy because I absolutely loved it. Now I think the ombre looks so pretty, but then adding those black speckles over the top just made it look super cute. We are going to do another ombre further along in this design with Perry Nice, but I'm going to do it down at the cuticle area. So for now we're going to go in and do our foils. So I'm going to come in over the top of that rubber colour base with a layer of foil gel. I'm just applying a thin coat to the entire nail, and I highly recommend the Kiki London foil gel. It is super tacky, so once you pop that into cure, it's going to come out, it's going to be really tacky, it's going to grab a hold of your foil, and then it just makes it effortless to transfer your image from the foil sheet. So I've picked out this, it's kind of like a whimsical dandelion foil. I think I picked this one up from Charlie's Nail Art. I'm trying to use up some of my older nail art supplies that have just been sitting in a drawer. So I'm pressing this down into that cured foil gel and then just going to start slowly peeling it back. Now I peel back slowly, so if there are any areas that haven't fully transferred, you can give them another rub and pull off. And then I thought this looked really cute. The black from the foil I thought would work really nicely with some pastel nail art over the top. So before coming in with any colour over the top, I am going to go in and seal this in with a layer of top coat. This way, if I make any mistake with what I'm putting over the top of my foil and I need to wipe it off, I can wipe it off without ruining or removing my foil. So I highly recommend doing this step. I didn't do it on the second one in this design, but luckily I didn't make any mistakes. So I've popped that layer of top coat over the top, and then I've popped that into Cure, and then we're going to take Canary Yellow and the Kiki London stripe liner brush, and I kind of just want to go in and do a simple frame around the whole nail. Now the reason I went for this look is because I kind of just was winging this design as I was going, like I was just putting something together. But I did the eggshell top coat on the previous nail, and I really liked how those black speckles looked with the pastel ombre. So I thought going in with a black foil on the nudie pink base, but then adding a splash of colour around the edge would tie everything together. And I really loved how this looked. I really loved as well how the yellow and the black popped together. Now the stripe liner brush makes framing nails like this effortless. I'm just going to go in and do a thin frame to begin with. Then this way, any sort of areas that aren't straight or aren't neat, you can go in and neaten them up as you're making that frame a little bit thicker. Now I did one coat, and then I just felt as though I wanted that yellow to pop a little bit more. So I popped the first coat in to Cure, and then we're going to go in and do a second coat, just because in certain areas some of the black foil was showing through the yellow, so I wanted to make it look a little bit neater. So we're going to go in and do a second coat of this, and it is a lot easier to do the second coat of any kind of nail art, because if you get that first coat neat, all you've got to literally do is go over the top. So it was worth it to make that colour really pop and get the full opacity from the shades. And I thought this just looked super cute for spring. It made me feel as though I would wear a whole set of this particular nail and maybe just do the frames in different colours for each nail. Now that we have finished, I'm going to come in with another layer of top coat to seal in that yellow frame, and this time I'm using the crystal top coat. And just look how beautiful that shine is. So I wanted to do similar on the next nail, but different, because when I'm doing a design for YouTube, a lot of the time I tend to try and do each nail slightly differently, even if we're doing the same technique. So we're going to go in, apply our foil gel. Remember to keep this nice and thin. You don't want a thick application, because you'll just be wasting product and you'll just have curing issues. Then once you have cured it, you're going to press your foil down onto that tacky foil gel. And then I'm just easing out any creases. These nails do have quite an apex built into them, like these tips. So it's similar to working on a structured nail, so whether it be a gel or acrylic extension. So it does mean you have to spend a little bit of time working with your foil, rubbing out any creases that might be in there. And I'm just doing this with my thumb and finger. And then once that has got all the creases out, once I'm happy with how it's transferred, I'm gonna gently pull that back. And then on this nail, we're gonna take Pistachio. Now this is such a gorgeous creamy green. I love this one. I love a green gel polish. Over the years, green has become one of my favorite colors, but this one is really, really pretty. So I'm gonna again take that striped liner brush, but this time instead of doing a frame around the nail, we're just gonna do kind of like two cutouts. So we've just got the focus of the foil in the center of the nail. So I'm just swooshing across the nail, and then I kind of always go in smaller than I want the section to be, because then I can easily make it bigger as I'm neatening everything up without having to spend loads of time like cleaning up or wiping off gel polish. Now this was the nail I didn't put a top coat over my foil, so as I started doing this, I was really being mindful not to make any mistakes, because if I'd needed to go in with some alcohol or some acetone to wipe off the gel polish, it would wipe off that foil. So if you aren't very confident with your hand painting, always make sure that you seal your foil in with a layer of top coat. Luckily, I was able to wing this and get it as neat as I wanted it to be, because usually when I'm doing little swooshes like this, I'll go in with some alcohol on my round or angled nail art brush just to clean up and make them really, really sharp, but I couldn't risk doing that on this one, so we just had to go in with that brush and make it as neat as possible with the brush, which is pretty easy with the striped liner brush because it's nice and long and thin, so you do have good control over the product. Now again, I didn't want want to apply this gel polish too thickly. It's always better to do 2 thin coats rather than 1 thick coat. So I did 1 thin coat, and you can see it's a little bit opaque in 1 thin coat, but once you come in and apply that second coat of colour, you get the full opacity coming through. And again, I just really loved how the colour popped against the foil, and you can kind of just see that dandelion swooshing out with all the little bits flying away. I really loved how whimsical and cutesy it looked, which I think is really fun design for spring. If you are not wanting to go down the whole chicks and rabbit route, it's always good to just get out something floral or similar. So this is what this nail looked like once we had finished our pistachio. So I'm then going to come in and seal everything in with a layer of the crystal top coat. This is my favorite top coat to use over nail art because the shine is just absolutely beautiful. So we're going to pop that in to cure, and then that is that nail finished. I did really quickly want to mention that if you haven't subscribed to the Kiki London channel, then please do. I upload videos there every single Friday, and they recently had a new launch of their universal gels. They are like a builder gel in a pot, and oh my god, they are amazing. I'll try and do some videos here using them as well. On to this design, we're doing the same with our ombre, but this time we're placing our color down at the cuticle area. So I've just done a small amount of Peri Nice down right at the cuticle. I didn't want this to be too much of an ombre. I kind of just wanted it to be a cuticle ombre, if that makes sense. So I've pulled some of the colour down towards the tip of the nail and then gone backwards and forwards just to soften it. I'm not stressing too much on that first coat. Pop that in to cure, and then on the second coat is where I'll focus a little bit more on that blend. So again, applying the Peri Nice where I want the colour to mainly be, and then taking my ombre brush, pulling it down into that tacky inhibition layer that's left behind from the rubber colour base. And this way I'm going to spend a little bit more time blending this colour out. And you can see whenever I just pop my brush out of shot, I'm just wiping off any excess polish that I'm pulling off onto an alcohol pad. This is going to help you create a blend without pulling too much product down, if that makes sense, especially when you're just wanting a nice subtle blend. As well, if you're blending 2 colours together, 2 different wet gel polishes, wiping your brush off regular does help you stop muddying the 2 colours together. And then again on this one, to tie in with the first one, I wanted to come in with that eggshell top coat. So I'm just going and applying floating a layer of this over the top. I feel as though you do need to have quite a light hand when you are applying this. If you feel as though you want it to be a little bit thinner, you can go in with a thin layer and then just use your stripe liner brush to nudge those speckles around so that they are coating the nail how you want them to be. But just how cute does this look? I absolutely loved how this eggshell looked over a ombre. So this was our finished spring design. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know any other spring content you would like to see. I was thinking of maybe doing a spring favorites video, as I was really enjoying doing the monthly favorites videos. So maybe I'll try and get one of them done, focusing on spring, as I do have lots of spring favorites. If you did all enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and hit that subscription button if you would like to see more. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.